Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday night session where I'm just jumping back on to complete it's like nine free readings that I did not get to in this evening's session. So you'll see that there's no chat because I'm not taking any new requests. I'm just coming back to finish out those nine, which in order, I will post a comment when I'm done. But just for you right now, if you happen to be watching, Amazing Grace will be up first, then Sean G, Patricia, Alphonse, Foussier, and then Money Making Daughter, Melissa Hudzik, Maria P, and then Mei Yang, and then Ateshi Singh. And that's the order we'll go in. If you want to come back for uh, more free readings, I'll be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And on Sundays, I always come back on in the afternoon and make sure everyone gets their readings as well. I normally don't do it on Friday nights, but I felt like it, so I'm doing it. And I said I would. So here I am. So we'll get into it. These will not be too long. They're free readings. They're just one to two cards each. So let us get into this. So first up, we had Amazing Grace, and you wanted a general reading. So thank you for your patience in getting to your reading. And let's see, what does more than two cards there. It's like half of the deck. Let me try that again. Calm down. All right, here we go. So what do they want you to know right now, Amazing Grace? What does Spirit want you to know? They do want that one. Okay, they do want that one. All right. Well, you got one of the magical cards here. There's two special cards in this deck, which is the yes and no card. You got the Creator, which is the no card, and the Three of Swords, which is the heartache, disappointment, feeling, expectations equal disappointment card. But I don't feel that kind of energy here. I feel like this is saying no to disappointment, no to expectations, and it's the power of no, that you don't have to do anything that you want to do, and that of course, you have to live with the consequences of it. But the fear of disappointing others, or the fear of being disappointed, and all that, it's like, no, you don't have to worry about that. There is this energy of, I, again, don't have to do anything that I don't want to do. These expectations, these opinions of the world saying, well, in this situation, you should do this, you're supposed to do this, need to, have to, must, blah, 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 blah. This is like, no, you are the creator of your life. You get to decide. Yeah, it's not going to, not, and everyone's going to be pleased about that, but they're going to wish that they could also step into that power of no. So one of the biggest things that happened in my life was when I learned that, and I got lightning bolt by a friend who I didn't want to do what they wanted to do, and so they went off on me on in a message on Facebook to me, and then blocked me. And I was just like, but it felt good to be able to say, "I don't wanna do that," and when they got upset that I wouldn't, and I understood, because the relationship that I had developed with them earlier, I hadn't seen them in since high school. So, it was like 25, 30 years later, and we hadn't really talked a whole bunch. I used to always do whatever they wanted me to do. I was like, "Oh, whatever you want. Yes, 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 yes." But I had changed, and they didn't know that, and so they were expecting me to be that same person. When I said no, lightning bolts. So it's okay, and I like this energy of, you don't have to do what anything you don't wanna do. That power of no. No is a complete sentence, and, that power is such an amazing one. We don't have to be jerks about it, right? Like, "No," but we're like, "No, I don't wanna do that," and it's okay. So I like that. Learning your power of no, and it being, like, authorized or reinforced, or um, applauded is a better word from Spirit for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Amazing Grace. You can tell someone no. All right. So many blessings. And then Sean G, you are up. You wanted a guidance for the week. So let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about the upcoming week. All right. I do want that one and this one. All right. Wow. So you do have here The 10 of Cups is joy, celebration, this overflowing, wonderful, wonderful emotion. And the Ace of Swords, which is about clarity and cutting away expectations, a new way of thinking around things too. The 10 of Cups does talk about family here as well, and it's stepping out here. And I just feel like that there's a certain amount of seeing like a family member or family in general from a different perspective helps you have a different sense of joy around it. It's like changing the way you're looking at something, your perspective of family. Maybe it has to do with the holidays and expectations. It just feels like this big release of this Ace of Swords, cutting away a supposed to, a should, a need to, a have to, a must around family. And it allows you just to take pressure off yourself, take pressure off of them, take pressure off of the situation. And I like it. It feels like a change, again, a change of perspective, especially around family for some reason, brings you joy next week. It just allows you to feel gratitude and appreciation instead of trying to get up to a level, because that's what happens, right? Expectations up here, you do all this, you feel lack, right? But if the expectations are lowered, then you feel all this abundance. And that's the kind of um, perspective change, this interaction change, if that makes sense. But I like it for you. And I feel like you can either initiate it if it's something, because what they're reminding me is like the first year where the my nieces and nephew were still young. I think they were still in their, young teens and that whatever. And but I told my rest of my family, I just let's make this about the kids. Let's not all buy all these gifts and go overboard. And we were end up sending gift cards to one another because we were out of state, and I would send them $50 gift card. They'd send me a $50 gift card, and then our own money was tied up in gift cards that we would or would not use. And we're like, let's just spend money on the children because that's the holiday is a lot for them. Card or whatever is fine, right? And it was like, whoa, what are you doing? You're not ruining Christmas, but you're shaking the boat. What's happening? And so it took bravery to do it, but eventually everyone was like, you know what? Yeah, let's just instead of everyone, especially as my brother's family got bigger, it's like, let's not all buy each other all gifts. Let's do Secret Santa. And then they did it that way, kind of thing. And I feel like that's the kind of energy, if that makes sense. Anyway, so that's what they have for you, Sean. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Patricia, you'd like a message for the week. Let's see here. What does Spirit wants you to know for the week here? Okay. All right. Well, you got a little bit of alone time here, like a little nudge to take some alone time to really step back. You got the Hermit card, which is all about being alone with Spirit. They're the lantern that helps guide you. The High Priestess, same kind of energy, though, because the High Priestess steps back into her High Priestess temple, connects to the high realms, looks behind the veil, dives deep into the emotions, really connects with Spirit, too. So both of these are about stepping away, solitude, connecting with Spirit, um, mind your own business, not in a ugly way. Sorry, falling off my chair. Um, but sweep in front of your own door. Just spend time with you. Don't feel like you have to solve other people's problems or get involved in other people's drama. It's almost this energy of coming to the eye of a storm and let all the storm rage around you and don't feel like you have to go solve anything. Just maintain your relationships with individuals, but their relationships and all the interactions out there. None of your business, right? Like that's between you all. I am just focusing on my individual relationships with myself, with individuals, with creator, but it feels just very pocketed away for this week. Um, Good time for a vacation. You're like, woohoo, sick days. I don't know. But it just feels like a pulling away and communing with spirit and your higher self is what is on tap for you this week or suggested as much as you can. Okay. All right, so that is what they have for you, Patricia. So many blessings to you. And then Alphonse Foussier, hello, my friend. So your question is, will Jennifer and you spend New Year's Eve together as romantic partners? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you guys be spending romantic evenings together? Um, I don't it doesn't feel like it here because it feels like the 3 of Cups is more of a party, of a get together, of a community and gatherings, and the Full card is like an ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. It just feels, um, like more of groups and an ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure, but it doesn't feel like, um, romance because even on this 3 of Cups, it talks about friends and family and joy and everyone hanging out together, and by the time the new year has rung in with that Full card, it's like everyone's ready to go home, they're tired and, kind of, um, energy coming in here. So I'm not feeling that coming in, I'm sorry, at least based on current energy, but those cards there don't tell me that you'd be together as romantic partners. It feels like more as a group of people. So, right. So that's what's coming in there, Alphonse. Sorry, hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Money Making Daughter, you are up. So thank you for liking and being a new subscriber. Appreciate you. So, Tina, you wanted to ask, how does Ryan feel about you? All right. We'll take a look here. And of course, when we ask about how other people feel about us, Spirit likes to just make sure we're aware that other people's feelings towards us have very little to do with us, more about how they feel about themselves and the reflection that's coming out, the projection that's coming. And because we don't see the world as it actually is, we see the world as we are through these glasses of our filters, right? So always take it with a grain of salt when we're looking at, like, how do they feel about me? Because someone could wake up feeling sick or with a hangover and be like, I hate you. You are so blah, 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 blah. Or they could get a good night's sleep and wake up and go, you're the best thing ever. And none of that has to do with you changing your behavior at all. Could be just from one day to the next, right? So we definitely want to keep that in mind. All that said, we got the Temperance card, which is patience and unfolding of things very slowly. Page of Swords is this energy of, it's more thinking than feeling energy coming in from them. And the Page of Swords is like they're having this new perception, a way of looking at you and perceiving you. And it's a good thing. It's not like they had a poor thought of you before and it's just got better. It's like they're seeing that there's so much more, this little eye in the corner. There's so much more to the eye. Um, so much more to you than meets the eye is what I was trying to say. And this balancing, this temperance too, it's like they're not very quick into moving into relationships or showing emotion. They I feel like they kinda struggle with feeling a whole lot of self-love for themselves, so they tend to not just give their heart readily, but they don't have a whole lot of love to give because they don't have a whole lot of love for themselves, right? And we can't give something to someone else that we don't have for ourselves. So if I have this much love for myself, that's all I can offer. Um, and I feel like they've had some heartache and some significant disappointment in the past, which is why they're slow in opening up and being vulnerable and sharing what emotion they do have. But I feel like they tend to spend more time sharing passion because that is what they learned growing up, um, means that you love someone is the affection you show someone, but it's not emotion, it's just physical attention, if that makes sense. um, so I feel like underneath the surface there is this emotion, but all because otherwise there would be none of this, you know, caution, because they wouldn't feel, well, I don't. Like, if I don't care about someone and I don't have emotion for them, I'm not gonna get hurt because 'cause I'm not gonna give them my heart, but if they're like, "I wanna give you my heart, but I'm scared," and my mind's going, "No, no, 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 you can't give that." It's like they have their brain has their heart on a leash. Doesn't let them do that till there's trust that is built. So, I feel like that's where they're at right now. So there is emotion there, but I feel like they're working on developing their self-love. All they could offer is, like, kind of passion at this point. So if that helps bring some clarity, that's what they have for you right now. So hopefully that helps, money-making daughter. Thank you again for being here. Hopefully we'll see some more of you. Many blessings. All right. And then we have Melissa Hodzik. Hello, hello, Melissa. Happy weekend to you too. And you want to know, does D still love you and want you back? All right, let's take a look here. Do they still love you and do they want you back? All right. So let's take a look here. Do they still love you? We have the Ace of Cups here. They still love you. That is the card of love. Do they want you back? You got the no card from the creator here. And so they love you, but they're they well, I know they don't. But we're not going to just leave it at that because that would be rude. Right? You're like, yes, they do love you still, Melissa, but no, they don't want you back. Oh, okay. Can you tell me more? I would want to know more. And that's what it is in there. It's the energy that I pick up with the no isn't like no, a hell no. It's a no, I know what's best for us. And I feel like they know that they haven't changed and that if you guys got back together, you would just end up doing the same thing and getting the same result because they haven't changed and they know they haven't changed. And you could have, but they know they haven't. And it's not fair to you, but they're in this interesting self awareness, which what? Really them? Yeah, really them. That it's not good for me either, um, because I need to spend time understanding myself and transforming myself. So, that's why that it's not that they don't want you back, they just know that it's not healthy to be back together, and they're owning their part of it, going, "'Cause I haven't changed, and I'm just gonna we're gonna keep falling into the same patterns, and it's not healthy." And so, no, I've got to stand up for what's best for you and what's best for me, and that's not being back together. So, hopefully that makes sense, Melissa, but that's what's coming in. It's very mature of them, kinda shocked. But they haven't evolved enough to, you know, get past all that yet either, so at least they're that self-aware, which is good. Alright, so that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. And then Maria P, your free question, does W love you? So based on current energies, after everything that you put them through, I'm just kidding, because that's what's going on in your head. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. They do. They're just have a little bit of struggle going on here. They got the 5 of swords. They've got their inner conflict going on. They've got this fear of lack and not being enough, fear of abandonment. They just give them, give them time um to get through this cuz there's this um and this is for them, right? Their inner conflict is theirs and they've got that. And it doesn't have to do with um, judgment against you or anything like that. I mean, even on the 5 of Pentacles, it says struggle, hardship, loss. Struggle, hardship, loss. This is those feelings that you're like, they have this fear of not having enough, of not being enough, of struggling financially, hardship, and going, "Oh, no, now what am I gonna do with all this? Oh, I don't know," they got a lot going on in here around loss and even upheaval, conflict, all this stuff. So, it's not, you know, the they just want you to know that loving someone doesn't have anything to do with all that. It has to do with wanting to build something together, and, um, that, love is, not dependent upon all this stuff. If you truly love someone, you're gonna work together and get through whatever happens. If 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 this stuff that unfolded over the last few days, if it makes them go, "No, no, 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 I gotta get away," then they're showing you. And if they need a little space to figure stuff out, to calm down and come back, then that's okay. Don't freak out about it. Just go, "You know what? Um, love love is what it is, and if it can fall that quickly over something, even though it's a significant thing, right? Still, it just tells us, well, wow, if your love is that fragile, then I don't want it anyway. Oh, you wouldn't say that to them, but that's what you can have inside, is really look at it and go, okay, they love me, and this stuff wouldn't, you know, if it impacts how you feel about me, then that tells me what I need to know. Thank you. So hopefully that helps, but I do feel like they do, and they're just figuring out all that stuff. All right. So many blessings to you, Maria. And then May Yang, you are up. You said your name. Oh, sorry, Harpreet. Hello, hello. When will you be able to buy a big house, and how much time will it take? All right, let's see what Spirit has here for you. Answer to question number one. Actually, it looks like you get two for the second half of the question. When will you be able to buy a big house? It's like when you balance your head and your heart here. So there is some working out of some, seeing things from a higher perspective. She has that Ace of Swords, which allows her to see things differently and cut away some fears, some old ways of thinking, supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's. And it's like looking at what you feel a house should be, where it should be, looking at the whys behind all that, because this is that clarity that comes in going, why a big house? And you're like, well, it needs to be big enough for family and this and this. Okay, I get that. So it's like, okay, so a big enough house, but not, I just want it to be big for no reason that, but that you just feel like you're supposed to. But it's really getting clarity around it, because the more clarity you find out about what it is that you truly want, what your heart truly wants, not just what your mind wants, that's when things start to unfold. So it really has to do with on how much effort you put into clarity, because the more you get the clarity, the faster it comes into you. Um, and how much time will it take here? Well, you got the Two of Pentacles and the Fool card. So I do feel like, you know, the Fool card is, I just got this for like New Year's. So I feel like it is in 2025. But the Two of Pentacles is this, again, the power of choice and balance in the outside world. The Queen of Swords is all about balance. The Two of Pentacles is all about balance. And so it really has to do with how fast and how much effort you put into getting that clarity. Because while your heart and your mind are kind of conflicting, that's what keeps the energy from coming in and for things to move, because your heart pulls you this way, your mind pulls you this way, and you don't go anywhere. It's like I just had a reading earlier in my praying mantis session. They talk about the push me, pull me from Dr. Doolittle. It's a llama that's connected at the butt. It's one big creature, and one would pull it this way, one would pull it that way. It wouldn't go anywhere until they moved in unison. And so it's about getting your head and your heart in a place where, okay, the mind isn't wanting things just because it wants it. It's and the heart, isn't just wanting things, whatever. It's like this wonderful balance that comes together, and then you're able to do that. But I do feel it's 2025. Um, but how soon in 2025 really has to do with how fast you balance all of that. All right. So hopefully that helps a little bit, but that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have Ateshi Singh. Hello, hello. So will you get the neon and MSAA positions? All right, let's take a look here. So number one card for the neon and then MSSA positions. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. So the neon, you got the Wheel of Fortune. This is like a positive affirmative card. So I do feel like you'll get the neon position here. The MSSA position, you got the moon card, which is a lot of hidden and unknown things with that. This is a little more mysterious, a little bit more of a leaning towards I don't know if you want that position. I feel like there's surprises and unknown things that happen with that kind of make it a little bit, I don't know, ominous, a little bit more darker. So I feel like neon is like, whoa, bam, Wheel of Fortune. But this other one, I don't feel like you do, but I feel like you find out things about it and you're like, ooh, I'm glad I didn't get that. Because there was something that would have kept you from something else, restrictions. I don't know, there's gonna be something that bubbles up and you're, like, gonna be grateful that you didn't, at least at this time. So, that's what's coming in for you. So boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right, so many blessings to you. All right, everybody. Well, that is it. Thank you again for your patience in getting to your readings. I'm very happy to be able to provide those. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then not until Friday of the next week. Um, so be sure to check out. I've got some solstice readings that are out for each individual zodiac sign. They just came out a couple days ago. There's a playlist at the very top of my page when you go to that, my YouTube channel. And then if interested, I have also YouTube memberships. Uh, Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month. Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. And for that, you do get early access to the 2025 energy forecasts that are out there already and anything new that I come up with. Plus, we have a Wednesday night session for a couple hours for free readings for both levels together. And then on Thursday nights, a special one for my Praying Mantis members. And then on Friday and Saturday nights and Sunday afternoons, an hour after each one of those too. So if you're interested, there's a little join button down in the description box of the video if you're interested in that. I also offer personal readings and some other things. There's additional link for that if you want to dive even deeper. So there you go. Blah, blah. Advertisement over. So thank you guys again so much. I appreciate you. And remember, as you're going through every second of every day of your amazing journey, that you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.